7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, this you crazy mother.
We're so mature.
I can't make myself look good, so I make others look better.
No? Yeah. Yeah or no? Yeah. You were like, nah. I don't know what that means.
Basketball. What's up and welcome everybody. This is Ro and Izzo. I'm your host, Ro Gelbert, and sitting next to me, the Bert to my Ernie, the cheese to my macaroni, the one and only, my big homie, Mr. Derek Isumaki.
What's up, everybody? And obviously, thank you for that nice introduction. I like being all of those things and above. We do have our guys in the booth as well that kind of make us look as good as we do right now. So big shout out to our boys, Juan, Tucker, producer, director, extraordinaires right there. Thank you, guys. Wouldn't be here without you, but we would be.
Enough camera time.
Yeah, back to us, please.
Back to us. Back to us. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we are a sports show, and being that we're in the middle of the NBA playoffs, that seems like a reasonable place to start.
Natural starting point, yeah.
But before we get to that, there is one individual who really stood out this year, and I'm very proud to root for this guy and his team, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry
Who's
was...
that? I'm sorry. Do I know who
Steph
that guy
Curry?
is? Steph Curry?
He's this basketball player. He's pretty good.
All right.
He is the first, or he was just announced as the first unanimous MVP coming off his MVP award last year, and one of very few players to win back-to-back MVPs, joining a very illustrious group, including Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steve Nash, and several others, Wilt Chamberlain being one of those guys. But let's talk about that, the unanimous MVP. For a guard of his stature, I think it's personally amazing, but I just wanted to get your feelings about the unanimous MVP.
The unanimous MVP is honestly, I think, a really big stepping stone. One, it's the first in the NBA, and that's the likes of Jordan, Bird, Magic, Wilt, Kareem. None of them have ever had a unanimous MVP. Now that is a kind of a statement because it kind of a statement that reflects everyone else in the NBA. Now, it's not to say that everyone else in the NBA is of lesser quality at that point in time. I mean, we still have LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant. Guys of those quality are still Hall of Fame potential right there. But, I mean, it's a big deal. Not to mention, he's only the third in all the major sports to ever win it. You have Wayne Gretzky in hockey and Tom Brady in the NFL as the only two other guys who ever be a unanimous MVP in their respective sports. So I think that really being in that company right there, Tom Brady, who probably will go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Wayne Gretzky, the great one. It's in his name.
Right.
You know? And I think that is honestly a synonymous name with Steph Curry at this point. He's the great one. At this point, he's unstoppable. And honestly, it's great that there wasn't that one person that tried to be off the beaten path and go with maybe the stats crazy people were Russell Westbrook and his triple-double craze, but he deserved it.
Yeah.
If you see this season, he deserved it.
It's hard because the cliches you could say about this guy are endless. The season he had was just, it was something we've never seen before. And it was well-deserved, and I think you touched on it, Derek, when you mentioned some of the other players in the league right now. In my opinion, we're in the golden age of basketball. We have LeBron James. We have players of the likes of Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. I mean, basketball is in a place where it hasn't been too many times before. I mean,
not to mention on that note is how many teams that are potential contending. They're competitive teams. So deep now at this point in time, as opposed to there's like a couple teams that you had your stars, but this is so deep. The talent in the NBA is massive.
I would personally argue, Derek, that this is the strongest the league's ever been. And obviously, everyone in their time says, basketball in my day, it was always better back then, right?
Obviously,
no
yes.
matter, music was better, everything was better, and your life was always harder in the past. And it seems as we
It
grow,
was so tough back then,
Yeah.
but better. Yes, tough but better.
uphill both ways to school type situation, but it was very deserved, and it really is remarkable what he's doing against the teams he's doing it against, like you mentioned, and against the players he's doing it against. So well deserved. Hats off to him. And we would be remiss if we talked about the MVP without talking about the game he put up the other night.
Yeah,
He
spectacular.
Did not, it's unreal. So he had a horrible first half for his standards. He was 0 of 9 shooting the 3-ball, which is abnormal at best for him. The most prolific three-point shooter of all time. He made 402 of them in this regular season, breaking his old mark of 286. So the game was remarkable. What was most remarkable is he hasn't played in 2 weeks. He had a sprained MCL. We've talked about it on the show before. But what was remarkable, and I've never seen before, and neither have you or anyone because it's never been done, 17 points in overtime. This brings me back. I've only been this astonished with the performance in the playoffs once before, and that's when LeBron scored, I believe, 25 points in a row to come back and beat Detroit when he was on Cleveland the first time.
Big game right there.
But what Steph Curry did the other night was laughable. It was stupid.
OT is 5 minutes, and you in 5 minutes scored 17 points. That's like, it makes Reggie's, I'm sure Reggie Miller has his 8 points in almost 9 seconds, a little over 8 seconds, but 17 points in 5 minutes. Guys are lucky to get 17 points in an entire game. That's a great game for a majority of the people in the NBA. He does it in 5 minutes when it's clutch time, when it counts the most.
And it seemed to be a game that the Warriors absolutely needed to have. It wasn't a must-win because they did have the series lead. It would have been tied at that point with 2 of the next 3 games potentially being at Oracle. So it wasn't a must-win, but it was an important one. And to see the lift he gave his team, that's why he was the MVP. So again, salute. That was well-deserved stuff. But there's a lot of playoff basketball to get to, so we could spend a whole show talking about Steph Curry and the Warriors this season.
You in the mix.
Yeah, well, I could do a whole show by myself about stuff. But we should keep it moving. We do have another incredible series going on right now between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. The Thunder took game 5 tonight.
Yes.
Sorry. They now lead the series 3-2. And what was remarkable to me is they've taken 2 of those games in San Antonio. Keep in mind, San Antonio only lost once at home in 41 regular season home games this year, and they lost to a team that won 73 games in the Golden State Warriors. So it's pretty remarkable what OKC is doing. What are your initial thoughts of the series thus far?
Especially with the way that the OKC came out in the game 1, you almost thought losing by 33 points or something like that.
We said the series was over on the radio show.
When we showed you the clips from that game, we pretty much said this summed up the OKC's team.
Yeah.
Wow. Good on. Salute to you, OKC. I'll salute that. You guys have flipped the script. And not to mention on San Antonio, a team that prides itself on its ability to move the ball, get assists, you completely taken them out of that realm. And that goes to show you that a team that we kind of laughed at their defense, quote unquote, and you guys have made the Spurs scared. They're shaking in their boots right now. They're down 3-2, and you're going back to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And that's a big note to them. Honestly, I could not see this coming. This is, I think, one of the biggest shockers. If OKC does pull this off, this is a huge upset right now because of how many people picked the Spurs and how well they've performed throughout the entire year. You touched on it right on when you said their home record.
Yeah.
They only lost 1 time at home. They've lost twice in the playoffs already. That's big news right there. And I got to give OKC the proper respect right there for making me eat my words. Making us both eat our words.
And
right
I think
now.
if we look back and we're realistic with ourselves, the narrative going into this series was, is this the last time we see KD in an OKC uniform? And even going down to the wire in Game 4, we were thinking maybe this is the last time he plays in front of his home crowd. And Kevin Durant had 40 points in that game, and they have completely changed what we all thought this series was going to be. Now, there's still potentially 2 games to play. You know, the Spurs could win 2 in a row. It wouldn't be that unreasonable to think that. But right now, OKC does have the upper hand, and we'll see how things play out. But wow, what a series so far. All the games except Game 1 have been down to the wire with some crazy finishes, including Game 5, and it's been insane. It's been a lot of fun. But moving on, real quickly, the Cavs finished off the Atlanta Hawks. We all thought that was going to happen. LeBron James again. Another amazing series. They have only played 8 games because they swept their first 2 series. They will have played 8 games in 31 days. Plenty of rests for them. But my question to you, Derek, is this team is playing a lot different than they have in the past.
Yeah.
Was shooting the 3 ball. They hit 25 threes in one of the games against Atlanta, breaking the NBA postseason record for three points made in a game. And I'm just wondering if you believe that this is something sustainable.
You know, we seeing this team right now, it's really kind of a newfangled Cavaliers team we're looking at. Tyronn Lue is looking awesome with his 8-0 playoff record right now. And they look like they're rolling through the East, no problem. I think this new look Cavaliers is definitely going to get them through the East, no problem. But they're trying to play the game that's not originally theirs. They're trying to copy what essentially Golden State has done by their ability to shoot the ball. And when you honestly take a look at this team piece by piece, compare it to the Golden State Warriors, the Warriors have a much better formula as a team than the Cavs do. Yeah. Like if we were honestly to line up both those 2 teams together and one at a time pick, I'd probably, the first person would probably pick most Golden State players, and then I would get the Cavaliers. Second person would get Cavaliers players. Yeah. If you just go based on it, like you go, if you have Steph and LeBron, those are your ones you would pick first. You probably take Steph, second person to get LeBron. Next, you're probably going to go Clay, would you not? That'd probably, maybe Kyrie comes in there. Definitely not Kevin Love. Right. But you just take it piece by piece. Each Warrior player compared to their respective Cavaliers counterpart is far better. And that right there goes to show they're not going to be able to win playing this style because the Warriors are just way better at it. Yeah,
it's going to be hard to beat the Warriors at their own game. Only 9 teams were able to beat them in 81 or 82 regular season games this season. So, I agree, but it has been impressive to see the Cavs like this. It seems like they're more bonded, I guess. They just seem to be functioning as a group much better than they have in the past. So it'll definitely be interesting. I think it's a foregone conclusion that they'll be in the finals. Yeah. So we won't really know what this team's all about until we see them in the finals, because they're either going to go up against a hobbled Toronto team or a hobbled Miami team. So
you're counting out Miami already right now?
I mean, with the hurt Whiteside, I don't see how they beat the Cavs. But moving on, let's go to break. And as we go into break, let's let the legendary Vin Scully tell us about the history of the beard.
If you've been like the way I have been, looking at players with these big beards, I decided I'm going to do a little research on beards. First of all, they say way back to the dawn of humanity, beards evolved, number one, because ladies like them. And number two, it was the idea of frightening off adversaries and wild animals. There became a time where Greek dramatists mind the popular prejudice against clean-shaven men. Back then, clean-shaven men were looked as be, maybe effeminate. And then along came Alexander the Great. That's another story. Alexander the Great was not only great, but he also thought he was the greatest looking man in the world. Oh, absolutely. Stripling ready, delivers, gets a strike. And Alexander the Great said, there is no reason to cover up my beautiful face with a beard. And so all of a sudden, it started to disappear. I love the idea that he felt he was so beautiful. One strike. Stripling ready, looks over at Norris, back to the hitter, and that's lined into left field for a base hit. Norris goes to second. So back-to-back base hits with 2 out, and the batter will be Adam Rosales. After Alexander the Great wanted clean-shaven people, it got so that the University of Paris banned long-bearded men from the lecture halls. That's back in 1533. And a few years later, the city's chief court outlawed beards on judges and advocates. And then you got to be the Russian strongmen who liked a shaved face but long wigs. The first pitch in for a strike. Did you know that the first woman female king of Egypt wore a fake beard to convince people that she was a man? Yeah, her name was Hatshepsut.
Welcome back to Roe and Izzo. Derek, is there anything better than Vin Scully in the world?
It makes me proud to have a beard right now. That's all I can say. Thanks, Vin.
He's the best.
Yes.
He's the best.
Simply great.
Moving on, let's do everyone's favorite segment, Tweet of the Week. Our Tweet of the Week this week comes from Annie Apple, Eli Apple's mother, Eli Apple was recently drafted by the New York Giants. And she says, and I quote, or she writes, I should say, praying for all the thirsty girls sliding into new NFL rookies' DMs with heavy booty and cleavage action pics. Only Jesus can quench your thirst.
Amen.
Thank you,
Wow.
Annie.
That was great, Annie. Yeah.
Perfect.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, God, the Tweet of the Week. I love it. I love it. So, new segment we are doing on Roe and Izzo, something that Derek is very proud of.
Yes.
It is Derek's time for Foot in Mouth.
Let's watch this quick video, then we'll get into it right now. Can we cue that up, Tuck?
He's found the crossbody! Leicester on their way back.
To Albrighton, that's a fabulous ball. Morris gets Leicester back in the game.
Mahrez. Oh, it's a brilliant goal.
And then it came out to Drinkwater. Deflected along the way.
That's Navani isolating with Lovren. Goes for it. Oh, what a screamer!
Mahrez, and he succeeded. It's Riyad Mahrez. Oh, wonderful skill. Oh, what a goal. Riyad Mahrez. It's in towards Morgan. Who's got there first? Oh, and he scored again.
Chance for Drinkwater to perhaps find the way in, and he has! A deflection! On the outside of him, Mahrez, and it's beautifully laid off! Oh, fabulous! Lift the trophy to the skies! Leicester City are the champions of the Premier League!
Truly, that was simply brilliant. Leicester City, a team that will now become synonymous with Cinderella stories, has risen to the ranks of the English Premier League and has been crowned champions. They were 5,000 to 1 odds at the beginning of the season to win this title. You'd have a better chance of finding Elvis Presley alive, proving the Loch Ness Monster existed, and the Cleveland Browns winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, better options there. This is an amazing story that happened over in England right now. This team of a bunch of misfits, nobody ever wanted, people that were in lower leagues, that were never been in this high level of competition, have succeeded against the champions. Manchester United, Man City, Arsenal, the teams that casual soccer fans know about because of how much money they have and are able to spend. This team had none of that. They had none of that prestige, none of the power coming into this season, and yet they succeeded. Champions of England, glad to you lads. Love to see you guys play. Can't wait for next season. That's Foot and Mouth, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
I did.
Right
that was
on.
great. Good job, Derek.
God, that was amazing. So good, Derek. Beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, well done. Good on you. Good on you, lad.
Right?
Simply
Yes.
brilliant.
Simply brilliant.
So we're going to go to break, but before we do, Derek, have you ever wondered if you were a major league player, how to beat steroids?
I've always wondered that, and my answer was to just take them.
Well, here, I have a solution for you. If you want to beat the rap on steroids, be a fat, jiggly, lovable Latino. As we prove here, Bartolo Colon hits his first Major League home run. Let's roll it.
Colon looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one. Deep left field. Back goes Upton. Back near the wall. It's out of here. Bartolo has done it. The impossible has happened. The team vacates the dugout as Bartolo takes the long trot.
All right, welcome back. Rowan Izzo in full effect. It is time. The time you've all been waiting for. Trivia time! Tucker, would you mind explaining the rules for me, brother?
Hello, everyone. Every week, the control room and the host like to compete in a game of some sort, and this week's game is trivia.
Trivia!
So we're gonna go back and forth asking Derek and Giroux questions, and whoever wins buys the other one a pitcher.
Nice. Did he drop a wand?
Everyone. Whoever wins.
Anyways, first question is for Derek.
Yes.
Derek,
Okay.
what is the oldest stadium in the MLB?
Oldest stadium in MLB, that would be... It's Wrigley... No. It's either Wrigley or Fenway. Fenway Park.
That is correct.
Nice,
All right.
nice. Yeah, it had to
Okay.
be one of the two.
All right.
Point Derek.
That would have been bad.
Giroux, what team has the most NBA titles?
Boston Celtics.
That is also correct.
Damn the Celtics. Damn them to hell. They shouldn't have that many. All of
Okay,
them.
question for Derek.
Yes.
Which team lost the most games during the 2003 to 2004 season?
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat the question
And what
again?
sport?
Yeah.
Basketball.
In basketball. In 2003 and 2004,
Yeah.
who lost the most games?
Why'd you want to
The Charlotte Bobcats.
That is incorrect.
Who was it?
Who was it?
The Orlando Magic.
Ah, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that's like a young Dwight in
Question
there
for
at that
Giroux.
time. All right.
And this one's a doozy. Who is Shaq's favorite superhero?
Superman.
Of course he does, because he has a tattoo. That was a stupid question. Why did you pick that question?
He told me off screen that he liked that question.
Back question, though.
All right, last question, you
This
guys.
is for anybody. Remember, anybody can take this.
Anyone can take it.
All right.
What on?
Hey, but be very careful.
Be careful.
Okay? You get
Yeah.
one go at it.
Think
you don't
about
get
it.
two.
You gotta think
All right.
about it. Talking about Superman. What is Superman's real name?
Kal-El.
Clark Kent as his
Points,
alias.
Derek. It's a tie. That means it's a tie.
Okay, tiebreaker.
Oh, snap. Kal-El, good
What
call.
is
That was a tricky call.
Juan's shoe size?
I'm going with 11 and a half.
13.
Man, I got small feet, bro. Well, I guess if Price is Right rules, points Giroux.
Yeah!
Wait, okay. Question now. What size foot are you?
None of your freaking business. That's what.
It's very personal, Derek.
I feel like Price is Right rules include me finding out what the actual
You should
was.
have said $1.
Well, you said 11 and a half?
Yeah. I'm sorry you have small feet. It must be hard, guy. Well,
Was that the end of trivia?
That's
You guys gotta
winners,
put
Giroux.
Drew, okay, all right. Anticlimactic.
yes, very anticlimactic, but a win's a win, and I will take it. All right, so moving on, as we do every week, we make picks on our here show, and this week is no different. So with no further ado, let's take it to the control room. Tucker can quickly explain the rules once more while I grab the picks.
Okay, so at the end of every episode, we
Yeah,
take
that's what I
picks
needed
for
to toss it
basketball
back to them.
teams, and then whoever gets the team, whether they win or lose, if they win, it's good. But if they
I'm
lose,
so bad at this. You get a punishment. You get humiliated if your team loses.
okay,
You just
I was
gotta hurry
getting
up.
there.
All right, you got the things.
We're ready.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so Derek, you actually won last week while the three of us are a bunch of losers.
I'm continuing
so
my
you get to
streaks
pick
alive
first.
right now. Yeah, all right, let's do this. All right, here we go. First pick. I've got Golden State Warriors.
Come on, man.
You know what? The picking gods like me, so I'm going to stick with them.
Such bull. I got Miami. And
Are you feeling hot about that pick?
I'm not feeling hot about any of the rest of the picks. That was the only lock. And so, yeah, no, I'm not. But I picked them to win the East at the beginning of the season. So, maybe this is a good omen. All right, I'll pick for, am I picking for Tucker or
Yeah,
Juan?
you're picking for Tucker. Next, we got to stick together, okay?
All right.
I got you, Juan. No one else.
Tucker has OKC. Tucker, you want OKC?
What's their Thunder? Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, wow, he's picking up the
He's
win.
riding with OKC. Nice.
All right. This is for Juan.
Juan Taramera.
Let's see. San Antonio.
San Antonio, they're the Spurs.
Do you want to go head-to-head with Tucker?
No, I'm sick of losing. I want a new team.
You're going head-to-head with Tucker.
No, I don't.
Okay, so no Spurs?
No Spurs.
All right, I'll pick again for you. You don't have many other options
So by
left.
default, doesn't he go against me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get Toronto now. You get a wrap.
Head-to-head. All right, well, it's been real. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. You can always follow us at the Rowan Izzo Show on Twitter. I forgot our handle there. I'm sorry. You can check Derek and I out on 90.1 KZFR every Monday at 5:30 on Say Hey. Other than that, we will see you next week right here on Rowan Izzo.
You can also go to our Facebook, which I worked hard on, and our Twitter.
Yeah. We
Facebook.
also have a Facebook page. Thank you,
guys.
Tucker. We have social media. Yeah, I'm not great at it. What do you want from
hand
me?
wave.
We're out of here. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching Rowan Izzo. Check out their Facebook and Twitter page, like and subscribe on YouTube, and if you want to see their last video, click on this link. Too fast?
There it is.
See, maybe I need somebody in here so I can